Hey guys, this is Tom Cooke. It is Friday morning, an unusual time for me to be doing a broadcast. We're doing the Battle Royale playoff semifinal, or just semifinal, between Paul Mankiewicz and Dennis Crowley. So it's a big matchup in terms of a couple of guys with a lot of success. It's been an interesting season in Battle Royale. This is with the 2014 card set, single season draft league. We draft units. But basically all the top seeds lost in the first round. The top four seeds, 13-3, 11-5, 10-6, 10-6. They all lost in the first round, I think. Cooke might have got drafted by somebody else and then lost that way. I forget. I'm trying. No, Cooke beat okay, but Cooke was not the. They were the number 4 seed. They were not one of the bottom 4 seeds. 8 teams made the playoffs. I missed it by a game. I was 8-8. 4 teams were 9-7. 3 of those 9-7 teams have advanced. And Dan Morin 13-3 Honolulu. Nathan 11-5 St. Louis. Both lost in the first round. Nathan had awful luck in that game. Dan's offense can do anything in that game. I called that game. That was against Jersey Joe Golden. Now, I actually have, because as many of you know, I have a pretty serious disability. So I have a nursing treatment going on as we speak. So there will be about 2 times during this broadcast where I go silent for probably up to 5 full minutes. And I'll let the gameplay do the talking at that time. Hopefully. So it might be a little unusual today, but we will at least get the whole game broadcasted. Now, these teams, Dennis said the key for him is going to be double teaming correctly and sticking to the run and offense. Now, Paul's got Russell Wilson, so that's going to be traumatic for Dennis to try and face and stop Russell Wilson. Paul's got Russell Wilson, Eddie Lacy. That's a nice combo right there. Steve Smith, Torrey Smith, Owen Daniels, looking pretty good. The run blocking is awful on Paul's team. 0s and a 4 with a 5-cent left tackle. That can be a problem. It's 4-3 defense that goes average against the run and good against the pass. So that's encouraging. 6-5-4-0 on the defensive line. Well, it's Paul who stole the Tampa Bay line for me. I thought it was, this is the Tennessee line, I think. Anyway, Jacksonville line. So it's 6-5-4-0 on the defensive line. It's a very good pass rush at left tackle. Send Derek Marks and right end Chris Clemens. Goes 6-4-4 at linebacker. But with Justin Houston, 6-12-12 on the left side. Corners of 5, strong safety of 5, free safety of 4. So you can hit this defense with flat passes, runs up the middle to the left or around the left end. And you can throw short passes and occasionally take a shot deep, even though they're good against the pass. A lot of things to try and do against this team. But it's a pretty good club, and Paul's a great coach. Easily one of the few in the elite. The one-hand team where, guys that you could count on one hand if you want to say who are the 5 best coaches or whatever. Paul's definitely in that group. Good punt returning with Paul Edelman, Julian Edelman. Keep returning Danny Amendola, so you see a lot of touchbacks. Good punter. Pona Kara, not that great. Not good at all, actually. 30-30, but you still got to run it out. So you have to have a good returner on your own. Punt returns not that great, 11-7. Field goal team, blah, blah, blah. And I just got the IP. So I'm gonna mute my mic while I join the game. Hold on, gentlemen. Of course, Dennis sent me a text that says, Paul's hosting. Here's the IP, and then does not send me the IP. So thank you for that, Dennis, as I now muted the mic for no reason. Let's try to take a quick look at Dennis's club while we're waiting. It's got 423 points. That's an awful lot in Battle Royale because they play the 1980s rule set where it's harder to move the ball. You can kind of stand around on defense more. Got all 7s in the offensive line, which is good. He's got a 4 at center, otherwise pretty good run blocking. Carson Palmer, very fine quarterback. Marshawn Lynch, great card, of course. AJ Green, Mohamed Sanu, Rob Gronkowski, so a lot of weapons on the offense. been having problems on defense, he says. It's a 4-3 that's good against the pass, average against the run. Sorry, I got the backwards. Good against the run, average against the pass. 6-5-5-4 in the defensive line, not much pass rush. 5-4-4 at linebacker, 5-4-5-4 in the secondary. So you can see a lot of problems. You have a weak 4-3. It's always a problem in these Strat-O-Matic leagues. You get killed with flat passes. Now guys can run him to the left because we know sixes around there. And then the secondary is all right, but not great. So a lot of things that Paul can do there. I'm starting to like Paul's chances in this game, but I think that is Stedman Bailey. Let's see, returners. You got Travis Benjamin is not very good. Kick returner, nothing special, but also what you'll see a lot of touchbacks for both teams. It's a very good punter with decent coverage. Kick coverage, nothing too terrible there. And the kicker is very good, 2-10 out to the 32. And then 2-6 and 12 out to the 38. Justin Tucker of the Ravens. I need the IP to join the game, but I do not have it yet. There it goes. I mute my mic, and then I will join the game and start the broadcast. All right, I'm in the game. Looks like Paul might be kicking off. I bet my game volume is too loud. That's pretty low. I like to use the break noises. Dennis said that they're cheesy. I feel like, it gives a nice rhythm to the game. Hut, hut, hut. You always know when your next play is to be called. I don't like the silent broadcast. They are emailing out the IP. So I think I like Paul in this game. I just like the matchup of Paul's offense against Dennis's defense. And then Paul does the bad run blocking. So Russell Wilson with the must running. And this old set, I feel like the must run quarterbacks actually sometimes are better. And the old-fashioned conservative rule set they use in Battle Royale. I feel like the must running quarterbacks are maybe a little better sometimes than the guy who's all or nothing. I mean, complete or incomplete. And we had a kickoff down to the 5-yard line. Was running back 30 yards. Oh boy, my screen's a little far away. I might have a hard time seeing everything clearly. I did not think of that. Okay, but we've got Seattle's got the ball. They return the kick 30 yards out to their own 35-yard line. So a good field position to start. They go blocking back. Carson Palmer, quarterback. Marshawn Lynch, the halfback. James Devlin, the blocking back. A.J. Green, Mohamed Sanu, and Rob Gronkowski, your receiving targets. A.J. is covered by a 6, it looks like. Off tackle left to Marshawn Lynch. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Offensive onside guard, no gain. That guard is a 5, but it was a 6 on the white die. No gain for Lynch on his first carry. Now, Dennis also has Robert Turbin in this backfield, so he can run the ball literally as much as he wants. 42 times easily. Pitch out left to Lynch on the running at the right end 0. Chris Clemens, the 4 on Lynch's card, gains 5 yards. So it'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Shuriken. This is in Battle Royale. Dennis's team's with the Seattle Shuriken, not the Seattle Seahawks, like he is in all the other modern keeper leagues that use NFL team names. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Travis Benjamin, the third wide receiver for Seattle. Defense goes nickel 3-3-5. Benjamin comes by 4. Short pass, Rob Gronkowski is double teamed. And incomplete on Carson Palmer's card. I think that would have been a first down on single coverage. Or should they have not double teamed? That's correct. Here's a punt from Sam Cooke. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I think I'll say Koch for today. Like the former mayor of New York City. Although I think it might be Koch in this guy's case. Koch is the traditional German pronunciation. I know a little German. That was a 52-yard punt return, 7 yards from Edelman. And Escondido take over 1st and 10 at their own 15. Russell Wilson, the quarterback. Eddie Lacy, the running back. Blocking back formation. Torrey Smith, Sean Smith, the wide receivers. Owen Daniels, the tight end. Off tackle left, Eddie Lacy running at the 5. And it's a 4-yard game for Lacy. It was a very fine running card this year. Next year's card will not be nearly that good. But this run blocking is dreadful on Escondido. Well, if they run left, it's only the guard 0 who's a problem. Looking past Eddie Lacy, who's being double-teamed. Shrewd pickup there by Dennis. And it's picked off on 11. On the double team, a clean pickoff from Russell Wilson by Seattle to 23. And they've run it back 15 yards to the 8-yard line. That was safety Steve Brown on the double team. Correct double team. Would have only been about 2 to 4 at worst, probably less, intercepted on otherwise. But the shrewd double team from Dennis and Eddie Lacy. And he's going to suddenly get a big turnover. The ball's only 8. Play action pass from Carson Palmer, touchdown. Dennis had brought Robert Turbin in, and what a start here for Seattle as they quickly go up 6-0. The kick should make it 7. It is 7-0. This is the last year of the old extra points from the 2-yard line. And Seattle will kick it off. You got to like that start. The kick goes deep into the end zone, and Paul takes it out. It was only 3 yards deep, so that's not a bad move. I was surprised because all these kicks seem to be 8 or 9 yards deep. Nowadays, that was only 3 yards deep, so he should take that out. Or maybe not. I don't know. He got 22 yards. 1st and 10, there's 0-19. Looking past Steve Smith. Defense double-teaming Owen Daniels. Paul may ultimately have to start taking some shots downfield to try and beat these wrong double teams. You can do that more often with a quarterback like Russell Wilson because in guess right, you're getting must runs and positive yardage. Wilson's a tremendous must run card. There it is, a long pass to Torrey Smith. Single coverage covering elsewhere. Forward in my mind. Defender X to plus 32 is a 5, and it's incomplete. That's Prince of Mukamara making a play. Corner 5s and a strong safety 4 for Seattle. 3 wide, 1 halfback from the pistol now for Escondido. Trailing 7-0. Julian Edelman, the third wide receiver. That's a nice pickup. Edelman has an excellent punt return card as well. Short pass, Steve L. Smith. Double teamed by Preston Brown, the linebacker. And it's incomplete on Carson Palmer's card. And here comes the punt. For the own 22, Escondido punts it 47 yards. Down to the 31 for Travis Benjamin. It's all about the Benjamins. And it is an 11-yard return for Benjamin. Up to his own 42. So good field position for Seattle again. Of course, the great field position after the interception. They had the ball at the 8-yard line. And if he's going to run aggressively left, this is going to be a problem for Paul. Lynch is a great card. So this early situation favoring Dennis. There's an end run left to Marshawn Lynch. Defense guesses short yardage and no gain on Beast Mode's card. His last great card. Although Dennis will tell you he'll have a fine card next year, a good card next year. We'll see about that. Flat pass left, Marshawn Lynch. Defense guesses pass. Dennis throwing out, I think, a 6 there. Incomplete on Carson Palmer's card. I'm having a hard time saying Carson Palmer. Carson Palmer. There it is. That wasn't so hard. Who's this right linebacker 6? Otamba Hali. I looked at the file and I thought it was a 4. I must have been looking at something else. It's a 6-4-6 linebacking crew. It looks like for Paul. He goes nickel 3-3-5 and 3rd and 10. Dennis has the 2 tight ends. Tim Wright, your second tight end, covered by the right linebacker 6. At least it makes him less likely to blitz, but Dennis has good pass blocking. So you might see Dennis in 3 wide in the future. Or Travis Benjamin. I think you'd rather have Travis Benjamin versus a 4 than Tim Wright versus a 6. It's a linebacker to Robert Turbin on 3rd and 10. And Paul Keesum. Wow. Talk about 2 coaches who know each other. That's a loss of a yard. Paul knows Dennis wants to maybe get the 4th and short and go for it around midfield. And there's a great punt return. The punt is 37 yards, a short one. And Edelman, 6 is 22 yards. 9 is 13 yards. He gets that 6, 22-yard return. He always kills me, Edelman, on the punt returns. 6-22, 9-13, 2 is a touchdown. So some very good numbers there. And Escondido will have the ball at the own 44 on 1st and 10. following the hardcore 3rd and 10 full house run key. He wouldn't even give him an empty zone. He keyed him like everywhere inside. 1st and 10, Escondido at their own 44. We've seen some excellent coaching on defense so far. Off tackle left, Eddie Lacy. Nobody there. Defensive end 0 plus 6. That'll be a 6-yard gain as Cliff Averill is the right end 4 for Seattle. But Dennis had the shrewd 2nd down and 7. Double teaming of Eddie Lacy that resulted in interception. Bulls has a 3rd and 10 run key of Robert Turbin. I don't know what it would have been anywhere in Turbin's squad, but that's next level stuff right there. 2nd and 4, flat pass left, Kyle Juskic. A run key and Eddie Lacy. There's no one in zone. So this is good for Paul. And it's a 9-yard completion and a 1st down from St. Russell to Kyle Juszczyk. I'm just going to say Kyle, I think. I said that, but I probably won't. I'll probably keep trying to say his name. 6:54 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Seattle. Looking past to Juszczyk. Defense double teaming Eddie Lacy. This time it's a 3-yard completion to Juszczyk. Making it 2nd down and 7 for Escondido at the Seattle 38. The kicking game is pretty good for both of these teams, for the place kickers. Flat pass left, Eddie Lacy, two men there, but defense guesses wrong. So it's on the defensive score, incomplete. And that'll be 3rd down and 7. Dennis mixed it up nicely on defense. He's aggressively double teamed, but he run keyed. He also flooded the flat. So you've seen a few different things here in the first 9 minutes. Not giving Paul anything where Paul feels definitely safe doing it. Dennis defense showing blitz here. This could be dangerous. Nickel 3-3-5. Dennis does not have a very strong pass rush. Blitzes everybody. It's a flat pass right, Eddie Lacy, nobody there. This will be real good on the defense's guard. 4-5-6 will be almost a guaranteed 1st down. It's on Wilson's guard. It's still a 1st down. 7 is a 7-yard gain. 1st and 10, Escondido at the Seattle 31. Even if Escondido got only a few yards there, 2 or 3 yards, they could have gone for it on 4th and short in no man's land. So nice call by Paul. Looking past to Kyle Juszczyk, 2 men there, but defense guesses run. And it's a 10-yard completion on Wilson's guard this time. Last time he hit the defense's guard for an incomplete. Dennis almost daring Paul to throw deep, which I don't think you want to do when you're up by a touchdown and Russell Wilson is the quarterback with all those must runs are right. Off tackle left, Eddie Lacy, which Dennis is probably the best coach around. And I'm giving him advice when my team didn't even make the playoffs. But I'm broadcasting, so I have to criticize. I'll put someone a New Yorker. Come on, what are you going to do? 2nd and 10. Eddie Lacy gained no yards. Chad Reinert couldn't make the block, mostly because he's a 0. He will not be making any blocks. 2nd down and 10 for Escondido at the Seattle 21. Short pass Eddie Lacy, 3 men there. Defense gets the pass. Lacy covered by 4. And 8 on Wilson's guard is incomplete. 6-11-13. So you have 23 units of something potentially positive because of all those must runs. 14 is a must run on Wilson's short pass right card. And I think his running card won't be quite as good next year, but still sound. And his passing card should be even better. He had an excellent season. People talking about him certainly as one of the best quarterbacks in the league by the end of the regular season. 3rd and 10. Escondido at the Seattle 21. Big play here. You don't want to have to settle for a field goal when you're down 7-0. And things have kind of turned around since that interception. Flat pass right to Eddie Lacy. Defense guesses pass. 1 linebacker there. There is no white die 6 rule in this league. It was a white die 4 anyway. Defender -3 or -1. Eddie Lacy hit for a 3-yard loss back to the 24. So Matt Bryant will come up with the field goal. Yes, Bryant is one of the best, has one of the best kicking cards in the set. You see it's 2-10 here from the 23 to 32, I believe. So you have 2 excellent place kickers here. Not awesome from the 33 to 38. Don't have the 2-7 that a couple of guys have. But everything inside of that is excellent. Kickoff down to the 3-yard line as Paul's had some bad luck with his kickoffs not getting into the end zone, even though his guy has all kinds of numbers that put a kick in the end zone. So Dennis gets to return it for 25 yards out to his own 28. 7-3 Seattle. Late first quarter. They've got the ball 1st and 10 at their own 28. 2:42 to go. Winner makes the Battle Royale Super Bowl. Flat pass left, Marshawn Lynch. Short yardage, defender X -4, -2. Escondido was blitzing the defender, so it's a 2-yard loss for Lynch, which is not what you expect to happen or want to have happen, certainly, when you throw a flat pass wrong on 1st and 10 against a short yardage defense. 2nd 12, Emerald left, and Marshawn Lynch pops that short gain on his card as the 6-7 short gain on the off tackle, Terrence West style, which he has on Lynch has it on end run. West has it off tackle. That short gain's a first down, 17 yards for beast mode, as I need to bring up my game. What have they done so far today stats? Bang. 4 carries, 22 yards. And we have a pass down the field. A.J. Green, long pass, no men. Guess right, Snake Eyes touchdown. Long pass, no men. Guessed correctly to A.J. Green, covered by 6. Dennis Roll, Snake Eyes, long gain, touchdown, 57 yards. And it is now 14-3 Seattle. After the big play, Dennis with the quick clicking. Kicks it 3 yards deep. Paul probably running out again. Gets only 19 yards, so it'll be 1st and 10 from the 16. You can maybe down those. Well, 2 is an 81-yard return. So you're only going to lose like 1 or 2 yards elsewhere. And you're taking a shot at an 81-yard return. So probably a good move to take it out. Long pass, Torrey Smith. Defense blitzing everyone and double teaming. And 5 of the defense's guard is incomplete. Now, Dennis is good against the run, average against the pass. Paul's got it the other way around. Average against the run, good against the pass. So Escondido down 14-3. This is a good offensive team. Dennis has struggled in defense somewhat, he has said. And his defensive cards are not that great. The ratings and the cards. So Paul should be able to, definitely put some points on the board today. Short pass to Steve Smith, the ESPN guy. So he would not be catching any passes in Strat-O-Matic Football. Incomplete pass. Receiver 7, guess right. That's 5, 10, 13, 15, 18, 19, 26 is Steve Smith's card, a number 2 type receiver with good yardage. 3rd and 10. Escondido goes 3 wide again with Julian Edelman. I don't think we've seen a 3rd down conversion from them. Short pass to Edelman being double covered by somebody. I can't see who. Looks like probably the safety. So that's going to be rough. He'll need a pure completion of Wilson's card. And, of course, you have the interception on 11 is automatic. It'll be to the 6 and 11, 12 or something on the defense with 4 men. And there it is, 11 on Wilson's card, picked off on another correct double team on 3rd and long. Dennis picking off the 32 and runs it back all the way down to the 7-yard line. That was Jason Hosley, the extra defensive back, with a 25-yard interception return down to the 7. Seattle ready to blow the doors open in this game. As we enter the second quarter, they're leading 14-3, 1st and goal at the Escondido 7. Off tackle left, Marshawn Lynch. Defense gets his run, a 4-yard gain. Gives Seattle 2nd and goal to 3. Full house backfield. Robert Turbin, the extra running back. James Devlin, the fullback / blocking back. He's a 6. And run left, Marshawn Lynch. Nobody there. And he gets his pass. Snake Eyes, touchdown. Lynch, a 3-yard gain around left end. Makes it 21-3, pending the extra point, which is good. Seattle all over Escondido. 2 interceptions thrown by Russell Wilson on correct double teams. 1 on 3rd and 10, when you're more likely to get a correct double team. And Dennis had the ball twice inside the Escondido 10 to start. Short pass to Owen Daniels. Defense gets the pass, 3 men. Receiver gets right is a 10-yard completion. But I don't think Paul's out of this game yet. I mean, it's only early second quarter. It's hard to say anyone's out of the game. But this is a conservative rule set, a defensive rule set. But I think this matchup will allow Paul to put some points on the board. We'll see. Emerald left, Russell Wilson. Defense gets his pass running on a 4. Wilson has a tremendous card. You want a 1, 2, 3 here. And then there's 3 is a 19-yard gain. I mean, look at this running card. It's like one of those. It's like it'd be hard to find a running back. You got to go back to the 60s and 70s to find some running back cards on wrong that could maybe compete with this. I'm not even sure if they can. 1st and 10. Off tackle left, Eddie Lacy. Defense gets his pass. Lacy gets 4 in his card, 22 yards. So 2 plays, 41 yards rushing. 1 for Wilson, 1 for Eddie Lacy. And all of a sudden, the Escondido's in business at the Seattle 29. Now they want to cash it into the end zone. Allow us to settle for 3. Defense gets his run. Long pass, nobody there. Covered by 5. Paul's shot to get right back in this. Make it 27-10. Picked off 2 to 4 and 12 is incomplete. Split of a 9. It was a white die 4. So defender X would have also been incomplete. Surrounding on the, well, not surrounding, but lower than that. There's Emerald left, Eddie Lacy, 2nd and 10. After the bomb gets wrong with no man in the zone. 4 is 1 yard. Paul wishing he had done off tackle. But Lacy's pretty good at running wrong. And he's running out of 4. 3rd and 9, Escondido. At the 28. Now, this is always dangerous where you throw a short pass or a long pass here, you risk a sack. Defense showing blitz, and a sack pushes you out of field goal range. But you don't want to be too conservative. So we'll see how Paul plays it. Paul isn't too scared. So but Dennis double-teamed everybody and their brother last time. Now he's showing blitz. Looking past Eddie Lacy. Nobody there. Dennis blitzed everybody. This will be great in the defense's card. 4, 5, 6. As Paul tries to get this big third down conversion. And there it is. Receiver gets wrong. 12 yards. That's the second time Dennis did that. Showed blitz and brought the house. And the second time Paul caught him napping and threw a flat pass. And got a first down. Didn't catch him napping, but he made Dennis pay for his aggressive blitz. On the previous third down, Dennis double-teamed everyone. Off tackle to Eddie Lacy. Defense gets wrong at the yellow 16. It's a short game for Lacy. Gets close to the end zone. Just short. Brought down at the 2-yard line. A 14-yard pickup for Lacy. Now has 47 yards on 6 carries. It'll be first and goal Escondido at the Seattle 2. 5 minutes into the second quarter. They trailed 21-3. They need this touchdown, and we'll see if he can get it, and if he goes for 2 maybe. Linebacker Russell Wilson gets right. There's a linebacker there. Blocking back 0 -2. No gain as Kyle Judzik made the block, but it was a block to prevent a loss of yardage. And second and goal, full house backfield, double tight end, Jonathan Starks, or John Starks, the extra running back. Short pass, Owen Daniels, 4 men there, but defense gets his run. And the guy's covered by 4, but on the defense's car with 4 men, is incomplete. Tough to get something good sometimes in those 4-man cards. Third and goal from the 2. Emerald left, James Stark. Defense gets a run. Offensive onside end +3-0. No gain. Dennis Pitta couldn't make the block. He was a 5, was a white die 6. Ball facing 4th and goal. The 2 is going to go for it. I think it's the right move. Well, I don't know if it's the right move or not, but I could see doing it. Certainly. It's not a questionable strategy. 4th and goal at the 2. Down 21-3. 8:42 to go in the first half. End run left, James Starks. Defense gets a run. Nobody there. He needs the defense's card. Gets 1 yard on his own card on a 4. 3 was a touchdown. 5 was a loss of yardage. And Paul comes up a yard short at the first and goal to Seattle 2. 21-3 Seattle. You have to feel like this is Seattle's game now. The way the things have shaped up. Shaped up. Offensive right guard +7 and +2. A 2-yard gain for Manny Ramirez. No, he's the right guard. 2-yard gain for Marshawn Lynch on the missed block. So I'm not saying the game is over. I don't think the game's over at all because Paul can definitely move on this defense. But, boy, that touchdown would have made it a different ball game. 7 carries, 31 yards for beast mode. Second 8, Seattle at their own 3. If we can get a turnover or something here, that would obviously be huge. Maybe a short punt. Off tackle left for Marshawn Lynch, defense keying. Offensive outside guard is no gain. Orlando Franklin is the 5. Second 5 of Dennis's to miss a block. Actually, third because Manny Ramirez missed the previous play. 3rd and 8 at his own 3. Paul has some pass rush. Dennis has 7, but Paul's got a left tackle 12. See if Dennis plays it conservatively. He likes to say go big or go home. Let's see how he tests that from his own 3 on 3rd and 8 when he's up 21-3, middle of the second quarter. Long pass, AJ Green. Defense goes short yardage. There's nobody there. It's covered by a 4. Receiver incomplete. Oh, my goodness. A long pass, no man wrong against a short yardage. So the corner was knocked down by 1 off his rating to AJ Green, who is maxed out deep. 4, 6, and 7 would have been the completions. 5 is incomplete. And it's 4th down and 8. Here comes the punt. It's a good one, 50 yards. But Edelman returns at 22. So Paul really got away with something. Trying that 3rd down run defense call. You want to call run, you call run, but to go short yardage there, my goodness. But he gets the benefit of a good field position with the 22 return by Edelman. He's starting out this drive to Seattle 31. Eddie Lacy gains no yards off tackle right. 6 minutes to go in the first half. These guys play fast and furious. 2 very experienced coaches, spectator joining. I did not send out my link for the Hangout because of everything going on over here today, but obviously the center that people of the game. One pass, Owen Daniels, rather. Defense double teaming elsewhere. 7 incomplete on Russell's card. We haven't seen the must run from Russell. We saw an excellent end run. Wilson is 8 of 19 for 51 yards. No touchdowns, 2 interceptions. 3rd and 10, Escondido at the Seattle 31. Last time, I think we saw Dennis show blitz, bring the house. Paul did a looking past Eddie Lacy and got a receiver for a first down. Dennis showing blitz again. See if he shows blitz but stays home. I think Paul's going to take a shot down the field this time. We'll see. Looking past Eddie Lacy again. Dennis puts everyone again. He needs a defensive card. 4, 5, 6. And there it is. 10, 20-yard gain. So Dennis probably content to let Paul just throw looking past Eddie Lacy every time it's 3rd and 9 or more with no one in zone. I don't think that's a good strategy because it's hurting him badly so far. Even though he's leading 21-3. Those 3rd and longs. And Dennis didn't have a very good pass rush. The Paul's pass blocking not that great. Looking past Kyle Juchik, defense against his run. One linebacker there is a 4. First and 10 for the 11. 10 is incomplete on Wilson's card. The only one on wrong besides the interception split. That would have been a touchdown on many of the other rolls. So 2nd and 10. Defense showing blitz again. But really with Paul's pass blocking, he puts the house. It's a pretty decent sack chance. Short pass T. Smith, the free safety only blitzing. And defender extra short gain is a 5. Makes the play. That's Dominic Rogers-Cromartie. 5 on a 5. Makes it 3rd and 10 on the incompletion. And Paul's going to be very frustrated right now if he can't get this touchdown. He was down here just a few minutes ago at the 2. On 1st and goal at the 2. Ended up with 4th and goal at the 2. Went literally nowhere for 3 straight plays. And then fell up a yard short. Letting a favorable field position as a result of that, and then the good punt return. But he still needs to cash it in here. And 21-6 is, all right, you got some points back, but you'd feel better with the touchdown, of course. Short pass, Torrey Smith, single coverage against a 5. Defense showing blitz, but not actually blitzing. Defender X is a 5, makes the play again. Prince Mukamara. So the 5's in the secondary making the plays for Dennis. And Paul's going to try the field goal from the 11-yard line. It's a 28-yarder, which is up and good by Matt Bryant. And it's 21-6. Escondido within 2 touchdowns now. If they can get a 2-point conversion, but they got to play some defense. Kick is deep into the end zone. That'll be downed by Marlon Moore. Now the Seattle offense comes out. This is a good offense too. Carson Palmer and Marshawn Lynch. So it's not like you can just say, I'm going to shut this offense down probably and just try to get my 15 points. It's very hard to say that. Short pass, Mohamed Sanu. 3 men there. Defense guessing pass. Sanu covered by 5. The Bull has the good pass defense cards. And it looks like we have a sack here. Carson Palmer sacked by Josh Mauga, as it was the left tackle, Senderick Marks, rating of 11 against Manny Ramirez, right guard 7. Only a 1-2-24 sack chance. So it's going to be 2nd down and 17. I'll make sure the broadcast is going good. It seems to be. Dennis had his own 13. Marshawn Lynch back there. We all like to run the ball, presuming guess wrong in these situations, but it's a long pass to Sanu. Receiver right is incomplete. Sanu only has 9 units of long pass right, 9-15. But especially with Marshawn Lynch back there, Dennis knows that Paul's thinking he might run it. And so Dennis goes for the bomb. Defense 4-2-5 blitz on 3rd and 17. Showing blitzing. Look, Dennis has got a lot of 7s in the offensive line. That's pretty ballsy. And he's blitzing the house. Long pass to Rob Gronkowski. Free safety blitz plus all kinds of linebackers. Potential safety if you get a really bad roll on the sack yardage. Dennis waiting to click. Either that or my game is out of sync. And he gets receiver incomplete on Gronk. 5 long pass, no men. 6 would have been the dot for the automatic long gain. It was 7 out of 9, sack 1 at 24. And it was also, looks like about 9 units of completion on Gronk. Maybe only 6. The punt goes 48 yards, but Edelman a good return again. 9, 13 yards. Escondido's got good field position again. It's been a rough second quarter for Seattle, but yet they've only given up 3 points. They've only, actually, they're up 7-3. Okay, they scored a touchdown early. After they went up 21-3 early second quarter, Escondido's kind of had their way in the second quarter in terms of moving the ball, but only putting up 3 more points on the board. Looking past the Kyle Juszczyk, defense double teaming elsewhere. Receiver gets right is +7. Good yardage on that. On those completions for Juszczyk on the right column for a blocking back. Those guys usually don't get you more than 3 or 4 yards unless they're more of a receiver. This guy is known as more of a blocker. 2nd and 3. He does both. 2nd and 3 Escondido at the Seattle 41. 2:06 to go in the first half. I don't remember who got the ball first. I want to say that Dennis did. So this is one of those famous end of half, start of third quarter situations. Long pass, Torrey Smith. Defense double teaming and blitzing everybody. Defensive back in zone. That'll be incomplete. 2nd and 3. Ball going up top. See if Paul can get a little further, get some points here. If he gets the ball back to start the third quarter, drives for some more points. I know it's a lot to ask. Flat pass left, Torrey Smith, defense gets a run. One linebacker there. He's only a 4, so it should be good for the offense. And it's 11-yard gain from Russell Wilson to Torrey Smith. 1st and 10 Seattle at the 1st and 10 Escondido. I'm used to Russell Wilson being on Seattle in Strat and in the NFL. More importantly, I should say in Strat, because those are the games that I call. Long pass, Torrey Smith, defense double teaming elsewhere. Nobody there. Russell Wilson's call we need. Defender makes a long gain. He's a 5. 6 to be a touchdown. Incomplete. 4 in the white die. Prince Amukamara makes the play. Dennis's corner 5s have made 4 out of 4 plays. Although his run blockers have missed like 3 out of 3 blocks, but the passing plays yield more yardage. These guys should be making most of the plays. So 2nd and 10, Emerald left, Russell Wilson. Defense gets this wrong. The guy's only a 4. Paul wants his own card. 1, 2, 3. There it is. Short game for St. Russell. And St. Russell gains 13 down to this Seattle 17. He has 3 carries for 32 yards. And one of those was like a line buck, because I think at the 2-yard line is Paul calls timeout. Interesting. With the 1:37 to go at the Seattle 17, I don't really like that call. Just let the clock run a little further. But Paul knows what he's doing. Off tackle left, Eddie Lacy. Defense double teaming. No one there. And 11 is a 7-yard gain for Lacy. Sets up 2nd and 3 at the Seattle 10. And there's the timeout by the defense this time. As Dennis says, I'm going to make sure there's enough time on the clock for me to have a chance to do something. Maybe try a field goal, a long field goal. 2nd and 3 for Escondido at the Seattle 10. Defense showing blitz from their 4-3. 90 seconds to go. Big opportunity here for Paul to make this a 21-13 game. Off tackle left, Eddie Lacy, and Paul has 2 timeouts. No linebackers there. Defensive end 0 plus 6. Bad break for Paul as the 4. Cliff Averill makes the play. So no gain, and Dennis calls timeout again. So we got 1 timeout left now for the defense. 3rd and 3. Escondido at the Seattle 10. Blocking back again. Defense 4-3 showing blitz. This is a very tough spot for the defense. So 3rd and 3 from their own 10. They play a 4-3 defense. There's so many things the offense could do. I think we'll see a short pass here. Emerald right, Eddie Lacy running at a 6. No linebackers there. Defense gets his pass. Paul wants his own card. Defensive end -4. That is Michael Bennett Jr. with the big tackle. Pushing Eddie Lacy back. Another field goal attempt for Escondido. For Matt Bryant. Defense looking for the block. The kick is up and good. It's a 31-yarder. And it's 21-9. Dennis has 3 touchdowns. Paul has 3 field goals. You definitely, that's certainly an unfavorable comparison for the Chargers. The Escondido Chargers. Of course, Dennis started 2 drives inside the 10, and his other touchdown was a big bomb to A.J. Green. Defense goes dime 3-2-6. Dennis got 107 left and 1 timeout of his own 20. You want to get to the 30-yard line, as I might go quiet here for a couple of minutes, as there's someone here taking care of something for me. But I think I'll still be able to talk. We'll see. That was a 5-yard gain for Marshawn Lynch, creating 2nd and 5 for Seattle at their own 25. 45 seconds to go in the half. Defense goes dime 3-2-6. Defensive end 0s on both sides for Paul. So this will be interesting if Dennis attacks that again, or maybe there's a flat pass. And we're left Marshawn Lynch, snake eyes is good. 33-yard gain. 2nd time Dennis has hit that, but the other one was close to the goal line. So he did not get the full yardage, certainly, by any stretch of the imagination. But that 33-yard gain for Beast Mode gets him to the Escondido 42. With 37 seconds to go, he got out of bounds and 1 timeout. So Dennis always thinks touchdown, but you got to think here. Great, let me get from the 30 and in. Short pass, A.J. Green. Defense run king. Receiver reading wrong, 10 plus 56 touchdown, A.J. Green. 42-yard touchdown for A.J. Green on short pass, wrong receiver. 10 is plus 56. Boy, I like to have that reading. And a huge touchdown right before the half by Seattle, making it 28-9. And Paul's not one to quit, but that was just huge. And Paul's in bad shape right now. It's going to be tough. Kickoff down to the 4 for 22-yard return by Danny Amendola. Creates 1st and 10. Escondido at their own 26. They trail 28-9. 15 seconds to go in the half. They have 2 timeouts. See if Paul tries anything here. Or not. Short pass Steve Smith, 3 men there. More receiver readings and a potential long gain on the defense. And receiver gets right is plus 14. Pulls up to the 40-yard line. He'll call timeout with 8 seconds to go. Paul's got Justin Tucker, I think. No, Matt Bryant's been doing the kicking. So he's got to get to, well, you have the variable field goal, but you'd like to get to at least a 35. So you're not right on that cusp of losing the whatever field goal chance you have there. Defense going dime, 3-2-6. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Go, more. Another looking pass to Eddie Lacy. More. Good. With no one there, it's 10 yards on the defense. As Dennis blitzed everyone again. Of course, now it's near the end of the half, and he's trying to prevent the big play. So Paul's going to have to take a shot at the end zone here from the 50-yard line on the final play of the half. Three wide, 1 halfback, pistol formation. He could go for a flat pass if he's got someone that can go all the way, or we don't play that rules restrictions in those this league anyway. Long pass to Torrey Smith, double team, 2-minute zone, incomplete on the Hail Mary, and that's halftime. That's your first half. Seattle leading 28-9. 2 huge bombs to A.J. Green. 1 a short pass wrong. 10 plus 56. Another long pass right. 2 long gain of the defense. 2 interceptions from Russell Wilson on double teams that were returned inside of his own 10. Returned inside to the enemy 10. And Paul's been down inside the 15 a couple times. Had to kick field goals. And that's where you see that it is 28-9. And we have a halftime bug. Welcome to the world of Strat-O-Matic. We have to disconnect and reconnect, which is pretty typical. I just had a nightmare scenario of my mic still having been muted from like early in the first quarter, but it wasn't. So we do have a broadcast here. Should be good to go. Now, I think I did click to watch the game here, which I don't always do. I don't always click the right thing. We're going to go waiting for server teams. I feel like maybe I should cancel it and go back out. There we go. We're in. So, second half should be starting momentarily. Waiting for the kickoff. Here we go. And it's deep into the end zone, 9 yards deep. And it was Paul receiving the kick. So, Paul was down 21-6. Was driving, had the ball inside the 15. Maybe he can score a touchdown. He's going to get the kickoff to start the third quarter. But instead, he has to settle for a field goal. Dennis gets a touchdown in the last minute of the half. That really would change the complexion of the game. 28-9, off tackle left Eddie Lacy. Defense guessing pass. Lacy does have some big play potential on his card. Defensive tackle +3 or +7. Brandon Mabane makes the play. I think he's a 6. He's a 5. So like 3 again. Looking past Eddie Lacy, there's a 4 there. 7 is 7 yards and a first down for Lacy from Russell Wilson out to his own 30-yard line. But still 28-9. If Paul comes down here and gets a touchdown, you don't feel like the game's over. Long pass Torrey Smith, double team correctly by Dennis. And receiver incomplete. Would have been incomplete on right anyway. And wrong. 2nd and 10. Smith, I believe, is maxed out deep. 2, 6, 12, 14, 15. Yes, 15-21. Long pass, Steve Smith. Defense guesses wrong. Receiver incomplete. Steve Smith, a little older, not as good downfield as he once was. Only 139, 15 units, which is about as bad as it gets for a regular starting receiver, although the yardage is good. 3rd and 10 for Escondido. This has been the spot where Dennis keeps showing blitz, and not this time. Short pass, Julian Edelman, single coverage on a 0. Paul desperate for a 3rd and 10 completion down the field. Receiver gets right, incomplete, and Escondido will have to punt. Paul's been converting those on flat passes. When Dennis showed blitz, and then blitzed everybody, but not this time. The punt is a really good one, 54 yards. Will be down inside the Seattle 20 for Travis Benjamin. And Benjamin signals for the fair catch. So Seattle will take over 1st and 10 at their own 16. Early in the 3rd quarter, they lead 28-9. On the strength of 2 interceptions and two big plays from A.J. Green down the field. Marshawn Lynch has plenty of carries in the second half, and we've hardly seen Robert Turbin. So Dennis is in good shape for the second half when it comes to that type of stuff. Looking past James Devlin, defense going short yardage. 6 is incomplete on Carson Palmer, the only incomplete on his flat pass wrong card. And Seattle's got a 2nd down and 10, leading 28-9. Flat pass left, Marshawn Lynch, nobody there. Receiver guessed wrong because the man covering him blitzed, and a 14-yard gain. Dennis throwing at the 6, and Paul blitzing the 6 because his right end is a 0. Dennis has been hammering that end run left a little bit, and nice counter play calling by Dennis, anticipating. There's a long pass to A.J. Green, gets wrong again. It's complete for 33 yards and a 1st down. Paul going short yardage, trying to slow down Marshawn Lynch and this rushing attack, and he's giving Dennis some shots down the field. Dennis is taking advantage, and he's hitting them. 33-yard gain, off tackle left to Lynch, gets no yards on the dreaded 5. Guess wrong, makes it 2nd down and 10 for Seattle. Off tackle left to beast mode again. Offensive onside tackle +4 or +1. Ryan Clady makes the block. Now in the New York Jets in the NFL after missing the 2nd of 3 seasons with injury. 3rd down and 6, Seattle at the Escondido 33. They lead 28-9. Defense going nickel 3-3-5 against a 2 tight end, 2 wide receiver look. Robert Turbin back there. Everyone knows Dennis wants to run it, but Paul has shown the willingness to guess run here. Short pass, Mohamed Sanu. Single coverage against a 5. Defense guesses pass. Double teaming elsewhere. If he doesn't get this, will Dennis go for it? Incomplete. A 4th and 6 of the 33. He has a good kicker in Koch. 2-6 and 12. I think he should go for the field goal. You might get the benefit of the favorable yardage. He's going to try the field goal. Let's see what happens. And it's up and good. He got the benefit of the favorable yardage. It was a 3 anyway. But the 50-yard kick for Tucker makes it 31-9 Seattle. Now, Paul's down by 3 touchdowns. One of them has to come along with a 2-point conversion. But you have to feel like, Dennis is in total command right now. And we're left to Russell Wilson. Defense guesses pass. And defensive end +1 and +5. 5-yard gain. Averill does not make that play. But you have to feel like, it would take an awful lot for Paul to come back and win this game or tie this game even. He's going to need some turnovers or some big plays, something like that. Off tackle left, Eddie Lacy. Dennis has a good offense with a running game and a flat pass game. Good passing game all around, but so it's going to be tough to shut down even if you start scoring. Flat pass left to Kyle Juszczyk. Defense guessing pass. Picked off 2-3 is incomplete. So, yes, that early double team was huge because 2-3. Flat pass right is not likely to be an interception. Then it's got an early double team interception on 2nd down early in the game. by double teaming Eddie Lacy correctly. Off tackle, Eddie Lacy on 2nd and 10. No linebackers there. And 8 is a 6-yard gain for Lacy. I don't know what happened to my so far today box. I did not put it up after I rejoined. That's what happened. And Lacy takes the handoff again, gains 6 yards and a first down. On 3rd and 4, he's got 14 carries for 72 yards. Had a big 22-yard run. Off tackle left to Lacy. Defense getting past 6:36 to go in the 3rd quarter. Offensive onside tackle +7 and +2. That's a 7-yard gain is King Dunlap, the only blocker better than a 4 in Paul's line. Although the blocking back is a 5 and Paul's running left. Flat pass left, Juszczyk on 2nd and 3 from the Seattle 49. 6 yards and a first down. So Paul putting together a nice running drive here with a couple of flat passes mixed in. And it's 5:24 to go in the 3rd quarter. Down 31-9. Short pass, Owen Daniels. Defense gets his pass, 3 men in the zone. Daniels covered by 4. 7 is incomplete. We haven't seen a lot of short and long pass right opportunities for Paul, but we have not seen the must run for Russell Wilson. And he has an outstanding must run card. Part of what Paul's counting on, I think. Short pass to Daniels again. Defense double teaming elsewhere. 3 men in zone. How about a must run? Come on, Russell. Receiver gets right, is incomplete. 19-26, I know when Daniels caught, he was covered by a 4. So even though the defense gets past, that was a decent opportunity for Paul to avoid this 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10, Paul's converted by throwing flat to Lacy when Dennis blitzes. Otherwise, he has not really done much. Dennis not showing blitz now, has wisely gone away from that, as it has not been working. Short pass Eddie Lacy, single coverage, he's covered by a 4. And has, I think, some completions on his card. Come on, how about a must run? 8, incomplete. And Wilson's got 23 units of must run or completion short pass right, and Paul just keeps sitting at 7 and 8 incompletion on short pass right. 4th and 10 from the Seattle 43, down 31-9. I think we'll see Paul punted here, especially with no dump off in these rules set. Coffin corner from Matt Bosher, the punter. And that goes out of bounds. A great kick at the Seattle 2-yard line. My goodness. So for the 2nd time today, Seattle will have the ball throw on 2. The first was after a goal line stand. That was actually the 1 in the first half. Early 2nd quarter, I think that was. 1st and 10, Seattle, their own 2. They lead 31-9, 4:12 to go in the 3rd quarter. Off tackle left, Marshawn Lynch being properly keyed. You can get a 2-yard loss here on a safety. That'd be something. Linebackers, I think, a 4 against run linebacker zone, -2 +5. Oh, could not make the play on the split reading. Tom Ali was only a 4, and it was a 6 on the white die. A 4 would have been a safety. Instead, 2nd and 5 Seattle at their own 7-yard line. That would have been 2 points of ball. Paul would have got the ball back. He's still in bad shape, down 31-9, only 3:36 to go. But that would have been helpful. Left tackle right to Marshawn Lynch. Offensive onside in +7 and +2. Rob Gronkowski is a 6. Is a 5, rather. Only a 2-yard gain. I thought he made the block, but I misread that. He's only a 5. 3rd and 3 for Seattle at their own 9. 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Short pass A.J. Green. Defense getting short yardage again. This is on 3rd and 3, however, not 3rd and longer. And Carson Palmer takes advantage with an 11-yard completion on his card. Very fine card all around. And Dennis looks like he's going to play for yet another Battle Royale championship. Off tackle left, Marshawn Lynch. It's a 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5. Seattle at their own 25. Off tackle left to Lynch. He's properly keyed. Offensive onside tackle. Ryan Clady makes the block, so it's only a 3-yard gain. Makes it 3rd and 2. I see some more flat passing from Dennis. Paul's been a little bit aggressive with the run keys in the 2nd half. 3rd and 2, Seattle. Last time they threw on 3rd and 3, I think. A short pass and got the completion, gets wrong. Off tackle right to Lynch. He's keyed again. Offensive tackle +3 or +0. It's a white die 6, no gain. That would have been a first down. It was on 3rd and 2. 4th and 2, here comes the punt. It's a 42-yarder. Down to about the 30-yard line. Edelman, this time, is not able to get any kind of return Literally 0 yards on his punt return card and 10. And only 18 seconds to go in the third quarter. Escondido down 31-9. This is pretty much a drive they have to have. I mean, barring a catastrophe with turnovers in the fourth quarter for Dennis. Emerald left for Russell Wilson, defensive end +1 or +5. Gains 5, outrunning Cliff Averill to make it 2nd and 5. Wilson 5 carries 42 yards. Has 2 runs remaining. Long pass, Steve Smith, single coverage. Cover by 5. Defensive back is always only a 4. Incomplete. 4 on a 4. Stevie Brown makes the play. Paul needed that one. Would have been a 31-yard gain. And he had the right result on the defense's call, but not the right die roll on the white die. You'll take your chances defensive back against a 4, against any 4 generally. 3rd and 5, off tackle draw for Eddie Lacy. Paul will probably go for this if he doesn't get it. Defense goes nickel 3-3-5 with the 0 there. Defensive tackle +3 or +7. There's your 0, failing to make the play. 7-yard gain for Lacy. 1st and 10 Paul at his own 42. Long pass, Torrey Smith. Single coverage covered by 5. There's a guy back there. Picked off 2 to 4, incomplete. I do not believe we've seen a must run for Wilson, which is virtually astonishing. 31-9. 13:48 to go in the game. Short pass, Owen Daniels, covered by 4. 3 men there. Dennis content now to stand around. Long gain of defense. Boxcars 12 could go to the house. 43-yard gain for Owen Daniels on the short pass wrong 3-man long gain. And he's down to the 15-yard line of Seattle. Escondido trying to get the touchdown again. Short pass, Torrey Smith, play action. 4 men there. He wants Russell's guard incomplete. Wilson has just as many incompletions gets wrong as right. Interesting. 23 units of completion or receiver on short pass wrong. Receiver for Torrey Smith again on short pass right on the defense. This time it's a touchdown. Finally, receiver gets right. 4 + 15 yards from Wilson to Smith. And Paul now is trailing 31-15. See, they go for 2 to make it a 31-17 game. Or to know he'll have no problem with this. I kind of like to know early. Yeah, I'm going to need the 2. Short pass, Owen Daniels. Defense gets his run. They're all 4 men there. He was showing blitz. Wilson threads the needle and finds Owen Daniels, who made the big play to get down here. And suddenly it's 31-17. So Escondido's down by 2 touchdowns, 12:36 to go. They're going to kick it off. But if they can stop Seattle here, it could be a brand new ball game. So you just got to keep hanging around, plugging away. Kick goes down to the 1. It's returned 30 yards. Paul cannot get a kick into the end zone here, particularly that deep. We have 1 touchback, but basically 2/3 of his kicks should be touchdowns or 8 yards deep, and I think we've only had 1 kick that was like that. Of the 4, I guess, that he's done. Emerald left to Marshall Lynch running at that 0. 9 is a 6-yard gain for beast mode. 18 carries, 94 yards. 2nd and 4, Seattle at their own 37. 11:42 to go. Time a major factor. Every first down a major factor. I'd like to see a flat pass here, the way the Paul's been aggressively blitzing. Then it's time to show flat. Short pass to Gronkowski is complete for 12 yards. Of course, Paul anticipated that, brought his free safety up the looking pass. So Dennis did the right thing, throwing a little further down the field for the short pass column. 1st and 10, Seattle at their own 49. Some points here would be huge. Would push it up to at least a 17-point game. Short pass, Rob Gronkowski. Defense guessing run with 3 men there. Receiver +11 to Gronk. Down to the Escondido 40. No penalties in this rule set. Dennis can get 1 more first down. Try a very makeable field goal for Justin Tucker and put this game almost out of reach. Short pass to Gronk, double teamed this time. And Carson Palmer threads the needle with a 4. Right, wrong, and double teamed, +11. First down for Seattle, the Escondido 29. Just a very sharp, zip, 3 plays or so for Dennis to get into Paul's territory after a good kick return of 30 yards. Short pass to Gronk again. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Picked off 2 to 5, 11 to 12. Incomplete. That would have been huge. Paul needed a turnover badly. Now we'll see if Dennis goes back to running or flat passing. and protect that field goal. Go big or go home. But in this case, I think going to be a little smart, a little conservative. Make sure you keep your field goal chance of 2-10. Kick it and go up to 17 here late in the mid-fourth quarter. Flat pass left, Marshawn Lynch. Defense run kinging, and 12 is a short gain on Carson Palmer's card. I think that would have been incomplete, I think. Would have been -1. Guess right. Paul has not had a lot of success trying to run King Marshawn Lynch this morning. It's a day game on the East Coast, morning game on the West Coast, and these guys are both West Coast coaches. There's a 4-yard game for Lynch. Barring a turnover here, it's very hard to see Paul coming back. 8:24 to go. Seattle leads 31-17. They're at the Escondido 12. Off-tackle right to Lynch. He is key this time, but not the right zone. So it's guessed right, not keyed. 2 yards for beast mode. Sets up 3rd and 4 at the Escondido 10. Flat pass still in play. You'd almost rather have that than 3rd and 3 from the 9, since you can still throw flat at the 10 or outside. Beast mode hit the century mark, 20 carries, 100 yards. He's running to get it to short pass to A.J. Green. Play action touchdown. Who else? A.J. Green. His 3rd of the day. And that's about all she wrote. Seattle goes up 38-17. They will almost certainly be returning to the Battle Royale Super Bowl where they've been many times before. 7.5 minutes to go. And the kick is brought out to the 26. 38-17. 3-touchdown spread. Escondido has the ball. Anything can happen, so I'm not saying the game is over. But it would take a miracle/disaster for this to work out in Paul's favor. Short pass, Julian Edelman. Defense goes nickel 3-3-5. Foreman there. Paul's operating out of the 4 wide now. Danny Amendola, your 4th receiver. Wilson is technically sacked. It was a 0-yard must run. So Paul finally gets the must run. He gets no gain. Not what you want. And defense calls timeout that time. They didn't like their formation. 2nd down and 10. Escondido at their own 26. Long pass, Torrey Smith. 1 guy back there. Incomplete on Wilson's card. Third and 10. Escondido at their own 26. Short pass, Steve Smith. Defender extra short gain. The 5s in the secondary have been coming up big. Make the play again. Incomplete. I think they're 5 for 5 on those. 4th and 10. And Paul's going to go for it down 21 with only 6:18 to go. 3 wide versus the nickel 3-3-5. I think you'll probably see a short pass to Eddie Lacy here. Maybe Steve Smith. Short pass to Owen Daniels, who is being double teamed by the middle linebacker. 7 on Wilson's card is incomplete. Dennis will take over on downs. And we're ready to put this one in the books, even though there are still 6 minutes left. It's 38-17 Seattle. They're at the Escondido 26. It's over, Johnny, pretty much. You get a fumble return for a touchdown, some kind of miracle. But off tackle right for Robert Turbin. Gains 4 yards behind the block of Sebastian Vollmer, as Seattle has gone full house. 5:24 to go. I'm sure you'll see Seattle, well, I can't say sure with Dennis, but you might see Seattle run the ball just every play here. Off tackle right with Marshawn Lynch, gains 2. 3rd and 4. Seattle at the Escondido 20. 4:48 to go. And this has the feel of a game, as both coaches know. Let's just get this one over with. Move on with the lives. Off tackle right to beast mode, gains another 2 yards. He's got 104 yards on 22 carries. Fine outing for him. Problem was efficient. The defensive turnovers were big. A.J. Green was probably a player of the game with 3 touchdown passes, 2 of them bombs. 1 bomb, 1 short pass. Gaston plus 56 on his card. So that was literally all A.J. Green. Most guys would have had about a 13-yard gain on their card there. 4th and 2, Dennis going for it. I don't know what he's doing that for. Guess he wanted to make sure Paul can still have a chance to win with 3 touchdowns, but I would have tried the field goal there. Go 41-17. Probably not going to matter, but I don't know. I understand that. But anyway, one pass Danny Amendola as Paul took over in downs from his own 17. Receiver guess right is incomplete. Long pass to Torrey Smith is incomplete. Guess right. Third down and 10. Short pass Owen Daniels, 3:18 to go. So I'm actually daydreaming now. I was thinking about Game of Thrones coming up this Sunday night and what I might do for dinner. But you get into the final few minutes of these games and we know what the outcome is. I lost my professional broadcasting focus. 4th and 10. Escondido, Paul going for a short pass. Julian Edelman, 4-man in zone. Incomplete again on Wilson's card. Wilson 17 of 51. 184, touchdown, 2 interceptions. Very un-Russell Wilson-like. Dennis takes over at the Escondido 17, up by 21. 2:42 to go. Full house backfield. I think Paul might wave the white flag here. Off tackle right to Robert Turbin, loses a yard on the rating of Justin Houston. Turbin 4 carries, 3 yards. Has not really been a factor today. Well, Paul did get a run one time. I think on 2nd and 10 or something, or maybe even 3rd down when Turbin had the excellent off tackle wrong card. 6.78 is first down yardage. Off tackle Lynch gets the dreaded 5, no gain, as Paul keyed Robert Turbin. So he gets wrong, and Paul is not giving up. He's using his timeouts here. 2:06 to go, 3rd and 11. But possibly see a pass here from Dennis, even though he's full house. Because Paul might be thinking run, but it is 2:06 to go. So the clock's going to stop after this play anyway. Still safest to run and kick the field goal, but it's an off tackle left to Turbin. Defense goes short yardage. Turbin loses another yard. 4th and 12 for Seattle, the Escondido 19. Now you see Justin Tucker come out for the field goal. It's up and good. And that's pretty much your ball game. 41-17. Paul can get 3 touchdowns with 2-point conversions, but there's 1:52 to go. He only has 1 timeout. And we'll probably just let the game action do most of the work here. I'll probably be signing off almost immediately after the broadcast ends. So it might not be much of a post game. Might not be any post game at all. Dennis Crowley. I don't know how many battle royales he's won, but he's won or played in the Super Bowl seemingly every year. I think he's won 3 of them. And summer sprints getting underway with the 1986 season. That draft is starting Monday, unless they start sooner, because they have had the draft order established for a few days. I won't be participating this year, unfortunately. Just busy with some other things and too much Strat on my plate. So I took a pass, and I think it was the right move. Wrapping up my SSFA season where my team is 0-12 as a real chance to go 0-16. Totally rebuilding team, of course. But my Samsa team is 9-0. So I got the best of times and the worst of times. Paul moves out towards the midfield with a looking past Eddie Lacy. About a minute to go. And these two guys are always right there, seemingly, in every league. Two of those guys you never want to face in a big game. No matter how good your team is or what kind of matchup you have, you thinking in your advantage, because they're such good coaches and have had so much success winning championships and competing at the highest levels, making Final Fours routinely. It's 4th and 10 here, and a short pass is incomplete for midfield. Dennis takes over. He'll take a couple of knees with Carson Palmer, and then he'll enjoy his victory here Friday morning on the West Coast. Between these West Coast Warriors. Speaking of which, NBA playoffs are in full swing. Golden State advanced to the second round, where they'll play Oklahoma. Oh, no, that'll be the final. Are we in the conference finals already? Yeah, we are. Golden State's going to play Oklahoma City. I don't really follow the NBA that closely anymore, but The East, I think it's Cleveland versus Miami or Toronto, I think is going to be probably the matchup. So there you have it. The game is officially over. 41-17 Seattle over Escondido. Dennis got 2 interceptions in the first quarter plus that he returned on double teams, correct double teams, that he returned inside the Escondido 10. That was a huge help to him, of course. He also had a 57-yard bomb or something like that to A.J. Green on a long pass right into 0 men, 2 on the defense long gain. That helped them. Paul moved the ball well in the first half, got inside the 15 a couple of times, but couldn't get in the end zone, including a 4th and goal from the 2. He was stopped short. Then Dennis hit like a plus 56 short pass wrong receiver, 10 to A.J. Green right before the half to make it 28-9. And things continued that way for Dennis in his favor in the second half. And he put away Escondido 41-17 to move on to the Battle Royale Super Bowl, where he will play the winner of course, I don't have the file open. Bad segue there. The winner of Jersey at Cooke. So it's going to be Joe Golden versus Mike Stucci. And I'll see if I can call that game. We'll find out when they're playing. In the other semifinal, the winner will play Seattle. For the championship, Joe Golden, I think, lost last year's Battle Royale Super Bowl. I believe. I could be wrong about that. I know he lost one of them. I remember calling a game that he lost. That he popped up on the broadcast afterwards. And Cooke is Mike Stucci, longtime, well-known Strat football guy who I think stepped back a lot from the game a year or two ago. Maybe he's getting back in at least a little. Battle Royale is a good place to do it, or Snarl. Those single-season leagues, we don't have to make the multi-year commitment. You know, if you join a keeper league, you feel like you need to, you want to build your team and stuff. It's a little harder to let go, or to jump in, because you're going to get a team that needs a lot of work, and you got to do all the draft prep for the future and stuff like that. So there you have it. Dennis 41, Paul 17. That is our broadcast. What's going on here? Thought I had the wrong thing open there for a minute, but that's our broadcast today. Congratulations, Dennis. Congratulations, Paul, on a really good season and making the semifinals yet again. And we'll see you guys around. I'll certainly be trying to call the Super Bowl. Hopefully I can call the other game as well. Depends on when they're playing it. All right. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.